Well, hello everybody. So what's going on here? In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about what does it require us in order to develop apps for Ethereum blockchain. First comes testing. It is very important when it comes to Ethereum blockchain. I know we as developers somehow we can be okay with bugs. We say we're gonna put this in production for now and then we deal with it later. But in the case of blockchain, we can't do that. Even if we only 1% doubtful there is a bug in the smart contract, we still can't deploy it. So why is that? We don't want to be looked at this way. It's not just about programming. It is about contracts. So this is so serious. As a result, what we need to be doing is to write proper test cases, and then we test, make sure the test case pass, test, and test again. So finally, for that part, we need to, before we even start writing code for our Dapps, we need to first test the smart contract code that was written in Solidity. So what do we need else? First, we need to get the artifacts. Remember when I was writing Solidity code, I was doing compilation for that code and I didn't talk much about the outputs that comes from this compilation process. Now we need to know the truth, what's going on there. In this compilation process, we have two outputs. There is the ABI and there is a bytecode. The ABI is just a file, a JSON file that it's gonna be read by my JavaScript code in order to help my Dapp interact with the smart contract that is deployed in the blockchain, while the bytecode is the actual smart contract that is deployed in the blockchain. This is how both looked like. On the left, we can see the ABI. This example, this is a part of an ABI. This part refers to a function in a smart contract that is named approve. And here comes the inputs. The inputs to that function are also described in that ABI. We also have the outputs, which this function says there is actually no outputs for that approve function. You can see an empty array in the part of the outputs. On the left, we can see the bytecode, which is nothing much to talk about it, just hexadecimal representation of a binary code that can only be read by the Ethereum virtual machine that lives in the blockchain. So this is how the structure looks like. We have the bytecode running in the blockchain, and I have my JS code, my JavaScript code. By the way, you can use any programming language, but preferably most of us developing blockchain, we use JavaScript. So I'm using JavaScript code. From that JavaScript code, which I use in order to develop the Dapp, I load the ABI interface of my contract. This ABI interface is gonna help my JavaScript code to know what are the functions, the methods of that contract. And from here, I can load a Web3 package. This Web3 package is responsible now for taking that method, that function, that call from the ABI interface and throwing it, sending it as a message to the bytecode in order to call that certain specific method inside the blockchain, inside the smart contract in the bytecode that lives in the blockchain. So this is how it's all done. Another important thing we need is TRUFFLE. TRUFFLE is a very cool framework. It helps us compile Solidity smart contracts so that this time we don't need remix. We can do it inside our own local machine. We can also write test cases for our smart contract. It also provides us with blockchain, kind of a test blockchain with accounts and every cool thing with test ethers, so you don't need to deploy your smart contract in a real blockchain network which requires real ethers. It also provides all this capability through a command line tool that is specific for TRUFFLE. Another thing we need, which is really important, is the Web3.js package for JavaScript. This is a package that abides by the Web3 standard, which is set by the Web3 Foundation. The Web3 Foundation is really interesting topic by itself, and I really like the logo for that foundation. You can see it's like a W and 3 in the same time. Blockchain is a big part of the Web3 Foundation. Also, IoT is also a part in the Web3 Foundation. It's like this is the future which is living with us right now. We also need a wallet. Remember when I told you like we are developing Dapps and we are interacting with blockchains and we need accounts? A wallet is like the portfolio for your accounts. It also contains the ethers that this account possess. So you need to have this wallet. A very famous wallet for us is called MetaMask. It stores the keys, private keys, and the public keys, which represents accounts for the users. It also helps us connect to the blockchain, whether it is a local private blockchain or even a public main network blockchain. So that's it for this video. I really thank you for listening, and I will see you later in other videos. Peace.